This is my first and the Chamber's 22nd annual MLK Breakfast and Diversity Celebration. This event and your contributions have supported Middle School Challenge Day for a number of years, thanks to our MLK Diversity Breakfast and Challenge Day Committee. One of the things that attracted my wife and I to the Jackson community was the diversity. I've done some work in talent attraction retention over the years. I've been at a number of events, tried to do some reading, but the one thing that kind of has always struck me and stuck with me, I was at an event and we had a number of superintendents on a panel, and there was a gentleman in the crowd, and I knew him fairly well, and he was not someone, if you saw him, if you talked to him, that you would have thought he would say anything about diversity and the fact that it mattered. And when you talk about it from a business perspective, you know, there's a lot of reasons why diversity are important. There's a lot of reasons in the community. And this gentleman raised his hand and he asked the superintendents, what is it that you're doing on diversity? And nobody in the crowd knew where this was going to go. And so they talked a little bit, and he followed up with why diversity was important to him. His daughter was a teacher in Ann Arbor. And this was not in Ann Arbor, and he kept asking his daughter, when are you going to come home and take a teaching job? There's a lot of teaching jobs in the community. We'd love to have you and the grandkids back here. And her response was pretty telling. The community that I grew up in is not diverse enough, and it's not where I want to raise my kids. And so from that perspective, when we look around this room and the diverse community that we have every opportunity to be a growing community and a thriving community because of that. And so that was one of the reasons that I was excited to be here in Jackson.
My, what a difference a year makes, right? Just think about it. Just think about it for a moment this past year. Just take an exhale and think about, there have been two wars, there are two wars. Mass shootings have continued to increase. 2 new speakers for the United States House of Representatives. Interest rates increased 11 times. The former president of the United States was indicted. Members of the state house were indicted. A U.S. Congress member was expelled. Twitter is now called X and has over 165 million followers. Last year, I said the word monkeypox for the first time. The Detroit Lions won. I'll stop right there. I'm not even going to begin to try to list all of the major events and issues that we've witnessed in 2023, in addition to our own personal issues of health and self and wealth and those that we love and those that we care for. And yet today, in spite of all the unrest, all the uncertainty, violence, and foolishness, we are here, seated, side by side, not on Zoom, Teams, or Mute, here, business leaders, community leaders, residents, students, every nationality, every gender, every race, age group, political ideology. We are here in Jackson, Michigan, breaking bread together and doing exactly what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spent his entire life trying to have us do, living together peacefully as brothers and sisters. I do not take this moment for granted. I like this. That's why we come back, AARP, year after year after year. It is an honor for AARP Michigan to be here with you today. Dr. King said, life's most persistent question is, what are you doing for others? What are you doing for others? So if I were to ask Rich Howard, our new Associate State Director here, who is now overseeing the work for our dedicated Jackson volunteers who are seated here today, if I were to say to them, what are you doing for others? They might tell me that last year AARP volunteers helped to repeal the Michigan tax on pensions. Yes, you get more money in your pension check now. They made more than 20,000 phone calls to tell legislators to repeal the pension tax, and they listened. Or they might say that there are thousands and thousands of emails and calls that were sent to Congress to help lower the cost of prescription drugs, particularly the cost of the diabetes drug, or that they sponsored a grandparents' day at Ella Sharp Park to help bring multi-generations together just to have fun and to enjoy each other and to get off their phones and start talking with each other. They might also tell you that they provided programming and services to help caregivers and veterans and folks living with dementia and diabetes. And speaking of veterans, I'm going to just take a moment and ask all veterans and public servants, would you please stand because we owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. Any veterans in the house, would you please stand? Please stand. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if I strolled over and said to Mayor Mahoney, what are you doing to help others? He might say he's working with ARP to make Jackson an age-friendly city so people can stay here, age here in place, and live with dignity. He might even talk a little bit about his bike rides. If I asked the Jackson Chamber of Commerce, particularly Tim Booth, who's on our executive council at AARP Mission, hey Tim, what's Jackson Chamber doing to help others? Tim might tell me about the 100 home program that's being created here in Jackson for Jackson residents. He might talk about growing leaders and talent development and helping 700 plus businesses that are part of the Jackson Chamber not just survive, but thrive. But the most encouraging, the most inspiring comments would undoubtedly come from the future generation of leaders, Challenge Day students and Jackson students of the arts. What are they doing to help others? They are making certain that the stories get told. They are capturing the voices and their thoughts so that future generations won't forget what happened on Pettus Bridge or why we had a march on Washington or what it meant for Rosa Parks to refuse to sit in the back of the bus. Their voices will tell our stories.
Gilbert Chocolates has been a Jackson tradition for over 120 years. We've built a reputation for quality gourmet chocolate that you can taste in every bite. Handcrafted and made fresh right here in Jackson. Enjoy a variety of fudge, chocolates, truffles, and more. Create your own gold box or gift basket. Visit us at our new location inside Briarwood Mall in Ann Arbor, as well as Jackson Crossing and our factory location in downtown Jackson. Gilbert Chocolates. We are the sweet soul of Jackson.
Do you do landscaping?
Yes, we do. Our landscaping is creative and innovative. We'll make sure your yard is beautiful.
Do you do irrigation systems?
Yes, our irrigation systems are top of the line and will be designed to fit your watering needs.
What about lawn care?
We do that too. Our lawn care services will continue to keep your yard healthy and help it grow. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, serving South Central Michigan since 1986.
Serving the Jackson community since 2007, G-Force Automotive is your local Auto Value Certified Service Center. G-Force Automotive is a full-service repair facility. Our experience enables us to ensure your vehicle is well-maintained year-round in everything from brakes to engine repairs to transmissions and oil changes. We are committed to keeping you on the road. Hi, this is Matt Clausen, owner of G-Force Automotive. Come see us for your next service visit. G-Force Automotive, where we make friends, one car repair at a time.
Imagine a new kind of school, a school that personalizes learning around your uniqueness. Personal learning style, talents, interests, strengths, weaknesses. A school that's prepared for the future of learning. A school that prides itself on being able to connect with every student, no matter the platform they choose. Level up at your pace, all while pursuing a free associate's degree and high school diploma. Start your future at Jackson Preparatory and Early College. Your place, your purpose, your future.
Volunteer at the Ella. The Ella Sharp Museum has always relied on the loyal support of dedicated volunteers. Volunteers help us realize our mission and engage in the community in the best of art, history, and science. Volunteers participate in our annual events, contribute to interpretive programming, assist in the collections department, and help with fund development and administrative tasks. Simply put, volunteers make it happen, and without them, there is no Ella. But that's not all. Volunteering provides a sense of purpose and personal fulfillment, helps foster and build up our community and community relationships, can help you share your talents, learn new skills, and contribute to something bigger than ourselves. With special events like Sugar and Sharing, the Art, Beer, and Wine Festival, exhibition reception, office work and gardening, groundskeeping, and more. We are always in need of extra hands to help us get it all done. We would love for you to consider becoming an Ella volunteer. Please visit the link below to learn more and fill out a volunteer application today. Only by putting our lives in harmony with the great principle of service to others is that true happiness and true greatness is found. Ella Sharp.
I'm Jody Petrowski, the Art and Special Program Manager for Jackson School of the Arts. We were founded in 2001 with a goal and a vision to ensure all youth in Jackson County gained access to the arts, especially those who wouldn't normally get the opportunity to have a seat at the table. We are a local nonprofit that was founded by Leslie Montgomery almost 25 years ago. Leslie is an amazing woman who saw a true need within the community and had a vision of offering affordable arts and experiences to serve the underserved. Even though Leslie now resides in Indiana, today we celebrate the positive impact of one person's dream that inspired another.
Jackson School of the Arts is still committed to providing quality arts programs to those who might not have access. And I believe that type of equity is true of the values of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I love seeing all the different programs that are giving kids and adults alike the opportunity to participate in the arts. I am also thankful that they're still offering subsidized fees for those in need, truly making it accessible to all. I believe Jackson School of the Arts is and will continue to have impact in the community. As they go about the work in the community, I hope and believe they will continue to listen to the voice of the people as they develop their programs and activities. That they will continue to get buy-in from all areas of the community as they grow and deepen their ties as a strong pillar in the arts community.
In a world that echoes with the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we find inspiration in the stories of hope, unity, and change. Today we bring you a glimpse into how Dr. King's legacy continues to positively impact communities across the country through the lives and voices of students in our community.
Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase.
Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. He wanted black little girls and black little boys to join hands with white little girls and white little boys as sister and brother.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
The vibrant students of Jackson School of the Arts are a living testament to the transformative power of Dr. King's dream. Driven by his vision of equality and justice, these young minds embody the spirit of change in their community. Through art, education, and a shared commitment to creating a better world, these students are shaping their futures while honoring the principles Dr. King fought so tirelessly for.
This quote is something I can use every day, especially at the Jackson School of the Arts where I take dance. I took Irish dance, never having done it before. I tried something new, and that's faith, taking the first step. And it's turned out really great for me. I'm happy I started doing it, and I wouldn't change it.
I picked it because then I wouldn't be with my friends right now, like the ones in my school. And I would not be with the ones who don't look like me.
The code means to me that there's still people going through difficulties, and I still have a dream even though we face those difficulties.
Dr. King's teachings have become a guiding light, sparking initiatives that ripple through communities nationwide. From service projects to cultural celebrations, his legacy serves as a catalyst for positive change. Today, we see Dr. King's dream alive in the faces of those who believe in the power of unity, and every act of kindness and every effort to bridge divides his influence lives on.
I see myself trying to live up to him, live up to what he could do and what he did do. Just trying to be as brave as he was, and just trying to add that to my daily life.
Like, I could be with people who don't look like me at my school. I could make friends with anybody, and I could, like, at the School of the Arts, I could go to teachers that don't look like me, and I could, like, play with people who don't look like me.
you can try new things, and also when you're nervous, just remember about all the things that happened to you before that were good. And it's start new things, being in charge of what you're gonna do.
These young artists, thinkers, and doers are not just the future. They are the embodiment of a dream that continues to shape the present. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. impact resonates far beyond the pages of history. As we witness the positive transformations in communities like those at Jackson School of the Arts, we are reminded that the dream is not only alive, but thriving. Together, let us continue to build bridges, inspire change, and forge a future where Dr. King's dream becomes a shared reality for all.
Thank you, Martin Luther King Jr.
Thank you, Martin Luther King Jr.
Thank you, Martin Luther King Jr.
Does your back or neck pain get in the way of you doing your job, relaxing, playing with your kids, or just having fun? Then you should call and schedule an appointment at Chiropractic. At Palmer Family Chiropractic, our goal is to find the source of your symptoms and get you back to your daily activities by locating and removing the cause of your health problems. If you're serious about your health and getting to the root cause, then feel free to give us a call at 517-750-7790.
Home Instead believes quality of life has no expiration date. Our person-centric care helps people of all ages maintain comfort, connection, and quality of life in the place you love the most, your home. When you are ready for help, call Home Instead.
Give the gift that lasts. The Jackson YMCA has something for everyone on your shopping list. Skip the traditional gift of things and give an experience at the Y, where no matter what age, there's something for everyone. Give the child on your list a youth membership for one of our after-school adventures. Out of ideas for mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa? Send them to the Y, where they can enjoy the pool, indoor walking track, wellness center, sauna, steam room, and so much more.
Wow, that's an old picture. What you looking at?
It's Jackson District Library's new website. They have tons of historical images, many of Jackson County, and obituaries that go back to the 1800s. The Jackson District Library even has archived issues of every Jackson citizen patriot since 1849. Talk about detailed history. The Jackson District Library has it, all available to library card members. Rediscover forgotten history at myjdl.com/Jackson History, your timeline to Jackson's past.
When I was invited to introduce the keynote speaker, I sort of wondered why me? There's all these dignitaries in the room, there's got to be somebody better to do this, and they deferred and said, no, you need to. And so you all, what I realized, know Aiden the man. You know the guy who's got the fastest promotions at Google, you know him as the student at the Wharton School at University of Pennsylvania, you know him as the youngest elected official in Ann Arbor. Going through life as you're trying to move up that ladder and you're moving from city to city, I was always looking at the next degree, the next skill set. And we hosted all these young adults at our house. And they may have been there for Mama Lavery's cooking or Ina's great blueberry, cake. and amazing kids. I mean, these people went, we had people from Marquette to Mississippi and LA to New York. And if you ever want to feel good about the future, have the pleasure of hanging out with Aiden's friends for an hour or two. I mean, you'll feel really good about where this world is headed. But the reason those kids were all there was really because of Aiden. Aiden's the glue that holds that group of special people together. And without Aiden, that group would have been disseminated across the world and they wouldn't have been together. So Aiden and I, it's been an honor and a joy to be part of, have you in our life, but the blessing has been that we get to be a part of your life. So thank you for inviting us in. Keynote speaker.
It is an honor to share this occasion with you all. This is my first official partnership with the Chamber, and I must say, truly, that I'm already a fan. No other organization would have a 7 a.m. start time and a promise to get me out of here by 9 so that I can get back to work. Surely my employer thanks you. Sincerely, many thanks are owed to Ryan Tarrant, Amanda Loveland, and Tim Booth for orchestrating this celebration. Please know that I'm hugely appreciative. Ryan kindly and Dr. Lavery offered words of introduction, but I always find it necessary to color my experiences beyond any resume. This venue, impressive in scale and quality, is an example of Jackson's reinvigorated commitment to community-centered partnerships and collective togetherness, all of which is decidedly positive. Still, I feel a swell of complicated emotion as I stand just 5 minutes away from my own childhood home. For 16 years, my dear mother and I lived on the corner of 2nd and Biddle Street in a shoebox of an apartment, the shared hallway bustling with other tenants, perhaps illegal activities. The porch was sunken with continued use, and walls so weak that they would shake in reaction to any commotion. Escape thought to be impossible, as minimum wage could not address all bills or enable any rise in fortune. One bedroom that my then teenage mother had insisted be mine, as she resigned herself to years of sleeping in the corner in the living room. The severe poverty set forth several palpable issues, such as a lack of funds to wash our clothes, leading to many loads of laundry in the tub, and a continual hunger of spirit that was never quite satiated. From this, it is my steadfast belief that our public and business leaders can intentionally work to support others in the transition from these lonely islands to the vast ocean of material prosperity. Now, for those of you who know me, I have nothing if not full of personal anecdotes. At 16 years old, I sought additional employment so that I could muster some dollars for gas and other material needs. Applications to college lurked in the horizon, drawing my eyes to internship opportunities to bolster my chances of admission. Already an established volunteer and contributor to the workforce, I did not feel a trace of discomfort as I approached numerous local businesses for a part-time job. Eventually, thanks to an encouraging network, my pleas landed with management at Alro Steel Corporation. Immediately, I wrote to the late Mr. Al Glick, chairman and CEO of the company, to express my interest. As Mr. Glick was a titan of industry and total legend of Jackson, as many as you know, it was to my great surprise that a meeting was actually set. In the beginning minutes, I presented him with my resume, and he would then quickly begin to offer points of improvement and happily commented that we shared many of the same activities. Breathlessly, I described my involvement as student body president of this and captain of that, and I was here and I was there and I was doing this and that. And he just listened with a quiet understanding and genuine earnest. He stated that the company never had an intern before, but that the idea was quite compelling. The remainder of the appointment was spent providing background into my upbringing, motivations for upward mobility, and insights into my past service. I left the building with a new job and mentor. To this day, I'm unsure of what caused Mr. Glick to extend his faith in me. Perhaps it was the mutual interests or recognition of the fierce intensity at my eyes. I've been told I have crazy eyes in some moments. The prevailing theory is that he, in his near infinite wisdom, understood what paths would materialize following such guidance. an awareness of the potential influence and goodness I could create with the proper tools. After 2 fruitful years at Alro Steel Corporation, the learned skill sets enabled an inherent credibility and proof of capability that would position me well for future opportunities. In regards to my career, Mr. Al Glick laid the first domino that would fall to create my own financial and professional achievement. One act of kindness, a single investment in the wider success of his community would cause a chain reaction in which I would find myself uplifted from poverty. My mother would soon follow as well. Now I stand distinctly further away from that lonely island that Dr. King spoke of, feet firmly planted in a vast ocean of prosperity. Dr. King had once said that the arc of the moral universe, though long, does bend towards justice. But my friends, it does not bend on its own. It bends because we, the collective chorus of humanity, raise our voices, join each other's hands, and push it ever so slightly in the right direction. Imagine Jackson if we were to leave no stone of hope unturned. Please remember that we can usher the individual toward community. We can bring support to the lonely and the alienated, and we can prioritize elevating those disadvantaged. Not only in doing so will we honor Dr. King's legacy, but we can build upon his dreams and bring further prosperity to our city of Jackson. Thank you so much for having me.
We have to work together to achieve our goals. When we collaborate, we can each bring differing opinions, experiences, and abilities to create something positive. We can appreciate one another's contributions and recognize the value of teamwork. Working together also means respecting one another's differences. We can all be willing to question, to listen, to understand what makes us individually unique is what makes us collectively special as a community. When we work together with respect and understanding, provide opportunity for everyone, we can and will achieve great things. Diversity isn't just about race or ethnicity, though. It encompasses all aspects of our lives. It includes gender, sexual orientation, religion, economic status, and others. When we embrace diversity, we open ourselves up to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. We can learn from one another. Diversity and working together are essential for creating a community that can grow and prosper together. We appreciate your participation in today's event and hope that you will join us to continue today's message for a year of positive growth for Jackson County.
But I stood here because I'm a man who's being attuned to what God is telling him. I asked God this morning, what shoes should I wear? What clothes should I put on? Make sure that I don't walk by people and not speak to them. And I said to my wife, wake me up about 4:30 so I can put thoughts down what God would have me to say to them. Her phone went off about 4:30 and she said, I'm sleeping to 5. I said, well, let me sleep to 5. And about 4:50 I got up and I went to my secret place and I began to ask God, what would you have me to say to them? And when I heard AIDS spoke, I remember helping a kid one time on that street. And I said to myself, hope is still alive.